The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Bill Bacon in the pancakes, or whatever we call them.
Crispy bacon and the flat pancakes.
Crispy bacon.
That's our house band for the Saturday Brunch. Welcome to No Credentials Required, the Saturday Brunch edition, where you don't need a press pass to talk sports or apparently get a mimosa. We're proudly presented by the Belly Up Sports Media Network. My name is Ryan McCarthy. I'm one of the hosts of the show. And to my right is a man who is unburdened by what has been Dustin Henry. Dustin, how are we doing this morning?
I'm doing all right. I got up and got my cup of coffee, had a little breakfast burrito with some avocado sausage, eggs with chili crisp. I went a little ham this morning. We'll see if my stomach survives it. How are you today?
I had chocolate cake for breakfast. We don't know how this show is going to go.
All right, we're going to set it off.
Oh, yeah, we definitely are. All right, before we bring in our guests, just want to remind you about our social media channels right down here below. Twitter, Instagram, and the scarcely used TikTok is at NoCredsREQ. Facebook.com/NoCredsREQ. YouTube.com/@NoCredsREQ. The replay will be on Rumble shortly after we film this, shortly after we're done live streaming. But we also want to remind you to comment, share, and subscribe to all of our social media channels, which are listed down here below. On the podcast side, salute to Singapore. But you can subscribe to the podcast on a large number of media outlets for podcasting. That includes Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Good Pods, iHeart, TuneIn, Pandora. Wherever you podcast, rate and review. A 5-star rating would be very, very helpful. And if you're on a podcast platform where you can review, no matter how great or how disgusting it is, we'll read it on the air if you review it. And because we're a live show, most Tuesdays, although this week will be another Wednesday edition, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, we're a live show. We want you to engage with the show. We want your comments. And Dustin, this sound always makes the bads go away.
It does. It does. It's relaxing.
All right, so we're going to bring in our special guest as advertised. He has a multitude of titles, which include co-host of the very successful #1 rated afternoon radio show in Albany, Levack and Gaz. He's also team president of the Albany Firebirds. I'm wearing my Firebirds gear today, not to kiss up to our guest, but just because it was a clean shirt. But he's also one of my buddies, and just a guy who loves to talk sports. We have the Jeff Levack. Levack,
say my name and I appear. I believe in Jeff Levack. I'm sorry. What's up, guys? Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
I like you guys kept talking about breakfast. Like I would love some. I mean, I thought that was part of the deal.
All right. I'll dash something to your house right now.
Well,
here's my address.
Yeah. If we ever do like a live stream at a local a restaurant, local breakfast place, yeah, definitely stop by.
Oh, we got to do that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I got a few places in mind. Ugly Rooster, both locations in Mechanicville and Malta.
Ugly Rooster will Irish up your coffee real good. I'll tell you that from experience.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you. The Iron Roost in Boston Spa, which is right down the road from me.
You should call the Hideaway. The Hideaway is always good.
Hideaway.
The Hideaway is our official production meeting spot.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's my official Bloody Mary mimosa spot. Is what it is.
Yeah, and they've got the best coffee. Like I remember, like I pulled the move. Like when I had that coffee, I stopped the waitress. I was like, "Do you know what coffee this is?" She's like, "I don't know."
Oh, sir, and let go of my leg.
You weirdo! How dare you?
So we're gonna get into it. Actually, we were supposed to have both Levack and Gaz.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Gaz is a little bit of a how can I say this nicely?
Loser, skip artist, non-committal to his friends, cheap.
stood up the Cardinal.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh my goodness, man. So I said to him yesterday, I'm like, this guy, every time we're at Mohawk Chevrolet, this guy brings you C4 energy drink, ice cold waters, just out of the kindness of his heart. And you can't make, 15, 20, 30 minutes for him on a Saturday morning. I have to work. Whatever. He lie. He's sitting there listening to Steve Boucher over on WGY right now. That's all he's doing.
Getting financial advice he'll never use.
Yeah. Right. Again, yeah. I mean, this is the guy who this year his road to a PS5 is wagering at Saratoga. And I don't think he's cashed a bet yet this year. Like, I don't think
I know. Oh.
He'll bet a 4 or 5 favorite
at the same time.
He'll bet a 4 or 5 favorite, and they won't even be on the screen at the end of the race. It is like the only plus side is what I've started doing is just absolutely fading him. So if he takes like 3 horses in each race for a pick 3 or pick 4 or whatever, it may cost a lot, but I'll bet every other horse, and I'll win. I'll be fine.
Your Costanza, you're doing the opposite, and it's paying off well for you.
Yeah, we don't call it a mush anymore. It's called a gauze.
Yeah.
Are we sure that he's not betting on the horse and Family Guy that Peter buys, who is completely retarded, has the ganky legs?
No, but let's be real. If that horse was in a race and Gaz bet against it, it would win.
Yeah, true. The pattern has been established.
I've seen sawhorses win races that Gaz has bet against them, so it's been bad.
I've seen hobby horses that have won races.
Hold on, man. Seahorses,
and apparently hobby horses is a thing now.
Oh, yeah.
with Alpha or Gen Alpha or whatever it's called.
What is it with Gen Alpha now? Is that what we're doing?
The one after Gen Z.
They went back to Alpha. They went back to Alpha, but I am excited that they're going to get to Gen Beta, and I'm excited that I will not be a part of it because I will make fun of that name all the time.
Me too.
But I mean, think about it. Like, they should be Gen Beta. I mean, there's not one Alpha left in this new generation, so it doesn't. Is this one of those like reverse things, like calling me slim? Is that what it is?
Yes,
it must be.
Yes, it is. I feel that in my heart a little bit myself. Yeah.
Oh man,
you did have chocolate cake for breakfast. So.
Yeah,
that's true.
Getting after it.
Schmitty's in the comments saying, "Sup, fellas? Cheers to the weekend." Say his name and he'll appear.
Yes, he will. My boy P. Schmitty. I feel like I've known you all my life.
That should be a lyric of a rap album. And then there's my boy Pete Schmidt. Feel like I've known you all my life.
Hey.
There we go.
All right,
copyright that real quick.
Yeah.
It'll be on a shirt. It'll be on a shirt in no time. All right, we're gonna get to our main topics today. We're gonna talk about the Olympics and the fresh hell that is the New York Yankees. The couple quarterbacks the NFL got paid, and maybe we'll talk a little NCAA football. Not the video game, but we're trying to convince Dustin to become a fan. And I predict that by week 0, he'll have a Shedeur Sanders jersey. And
I don't know if I'm picking the Buffaloes.
Yeah,
if I ride with a squad, I don't know if I'm picking the Buffaloes.
Yeah, I don't think you got to go Michigan, man. Come on.
No,
I'm not hopping on the wagon.
Bandwagoning. That's bandwagoning.
No, because nobody thinks you're going to do anything. Harbaugh left. Plus, the quarterback's last name is Orgy. I mean, what more do you want out of the world than to walk around rocking a big Orgy jersey? Come on.
Yeah, I could do. That's a compelling case.
You have some.
You know what? I'm ordering one right now.
And it'll be here by the end of the show. But
I order it wrong and just a different orgy shows up.
Yeah, different.
With the best it'll be the highest rated live stream ever.
Yeah.
And Twitter allows it now.
No credentials required. Right to the top.
After dark in the morning.
Yes.
We work blue.
So let's talk about the Olympics. Do you guys care? I mean, last night was yesterday was the opening ceremonies. It was widely panned in Western civilization, with the exception of the heavy metal band Gojira appearing, which was my favorite part.
That is something that I did not have on my bingo card.
I did not expect that on my 2020. I did not have that in my 2024 bingo card either. But I'm hoping that Slayer will be at the 2028 Olympics.
That would be awesome.
Then it'll rain blood.
Yes.
There's a song reference. Sorry, it fell flat. Hey, you can't win them all. It's 10-something in the morning. I just woke up and I'm already drinking Baileys. Leave me alone.
And I've had chocolate cake for breakfast, so we're already off the rails. So, Levack, let me ask you. I mean, I had a chance to listen this week to your show. You guys talked about the Olympics like barely scan like probably in the top 4 at 4, like a little bit. Do you have any interest in this Olympics at all?
When does beach volleyball start? I'm a big beach volleyball fan.
Every red-blooded male is asking that question. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, in all sincerity, if you put red, white, and blue on something and you put us against other countries, I'm in. Like, I'm gonna root for us. I'm gonna right now. I've been going back and forth before the show started between NFL Live and some pool sport where they're the handball or something. I don't know what the hell it is. A bunch of women swimming around trying to. Maybe water polo. Maybe that's what it is.
It's water polo, but it's cruel to the horses.
Yeah, I mean, the pool is way too deep. It is. I have to watch like red, white, and blue versus the world, man. I'm all in. Like I'm a big hairy American winning machine. But do I know anybody? No. And do I blame marketing? Yes. I mean, you guys may not. Do you guys remember Dan and Dave? Or are you too young for Dan and Dave?
I remember Dan and Dave.
The name is familiar to me, but I don't remember.
It was a great for the decathlon and all that. Who's the best athlete in the world? Is it Dan? Is it Dave? And it was like Nike shirts, and people were walking around with Dan or Dave Nike shirts. It was great. It was well done. This year, it's like they got lazy. It's like, oh, LeBron's in the Olympics. We like him. It's lazy. So, I'm not saying that a fool and his money is soon parted, but I would own a Dan or a Dave shirt. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Now.
And the kicker is that I'm doing some real time research like we do on this show. I looked up Dan and Dave, and it was a Reebok commercial from before the.
Oh, it was Reebok. I thought it was Nike. I'm sorry.
Yep, no, it was Reebok because at that time Reebok was the official outfitter of the Olympics.
Which I think it's a British company, by the way, which is hysterical. But
yes, whatever. Which is now owned by Adidas, who is German.
Right. I have an Adidas shirt on right now.
But there you go.
I have a Sweat Sacrifice Success shirt. So
it was the decathletes, Dan O'Brien and Dave Johnson, but the campaign had to be modified because O'Brien failed to qualify for the Olympics.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I remember that whole thing.
Wait, so it was Dan didn't make it, or Dan didn't make it, right?
Dan didn't make it, so they had to modify everything.
I was Team Dan all the way. I was heartbroken, as you can tell. It still haunts me to this day.
Yeah, I could see the flash of emotion that just happened.
Well, just because you show you, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like if you give us something to care about and you give us some storylines, and we're going to be in. Like, I'm sure. In this water polo game where USA is beating Greece 11-2, that's right. Play-by-play, live with it. It's probably pre-recorded. Oh no, it's live.
USA.
Oh, some lady just caught a shot right in the armpit. You know that hurt. She's pretending it didn't.
Man.
She's pretending it didn't, but that hurt.
Well, it's French, so it's probably very hairy, and she's protected.
Actually, it looked clean shaven. I was very impressed.
Okay. All right.
Not natural, the way God made you.
Mrs. Doubtfire line in the show. I love it.
Actually, I'm just trying to figure out which team is which. It's just tell me who. You can't tell me none of these girls have a great story. You can't tell me there isn't. Like number 6 right now. Like I bet you her mom's a bus driver who, fought in Desert Storm. And it's like, tell me these stories. Let these, humanize some of these athletes to me and watch how much I care.
So there are only 4 events / athletes I'm kind of paying attention to. I'm paying attention to 3-on-3 men's basketball, which has Glens Falls' own Jimmer Fredette.
I was nothing but net.
I was Tuesday years old when I found out that Jimmer Fredette was on the 3-on-3 basketball team.
Was that listening to Levack and guys?
Probably.
Why do you have? Wait a minute. Why do you have tissues handy?
Tag along has me in the
tissues. Tissues, and all of a sudden I see. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
I now have a captive studio audience. Like
yes. You are the captive, though.
Oh, that's so 3-on-3 men's basketball. I'm looking to see if the U.S. men's basketball team, if they can put aside their ego, their age, and their lack of cohesion to win a medal. Dustin and I have a bet.
What flavor do you want of your righteous felon? Because I'm going to be losing this one. but you're going to owe me coffee. I can almost guarantee it.
I am going to owe
a line challenge.
Yeah, we'll pretty much break even for that bet. So I have a friend in a Discord chat. Her nephew is in the Olympics as a freestyle wrestler, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there was one more. I forgot. It was beach volleyball, of course. Women's beach volleyball.
I mean, come on now. Yeah. Listen, if you're not watching beach volleyball, you are definitely Gen Beta. There's no doubt about that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, because there's a lot of butts. And I'm all in.
Ooh,
Oh my God, I get a 4 extra fat guy orgy jersey. That thing will swim on me. Let's go. I'm sorry, what happened?
There it is. I have to say that I'm with Levack on this one. You put us against other countries, I'm gonna watch. The events that I'll probably watch I'll watch some of the biking. I'll end up watching some of the basketball. But I always get interested in like the diving or the swimming. Those are the ones that I like, along with beach volleyball, of course. I'll watch some of the gymnastics if the events are ones that I enjoy. But overall, I have to say I'm much more when the Winter Olympics happen. I feel like they have the better events. You got luge, you got bobsled, you got all the you got the ice hockey. Obviously, you got the skiing. I like to watch the Super G, the slalom, all of it. I'll take.
I have a hot take regarding hockey.
All right.
Hockey should be in the summer games.
Okay.
Wait, what? Why?
After the Stanley Cup Finals?
After the Stanley Cup Final.
Oh, okay. Keep it clean from the regular season?
Yep.
I don't have a problem with that, except for the fact that it's a winter sport. But that's about it. It's played on ice. Just because Southern states continue to win it doesn't mean it's not.
I know that broke my heart.
Yeah, Dustin's an Oilers fan, so
yeah.
He's a little
OG6. You like
I was so mad because like when I thought they were going to get swept out, I had come to terms with it, and then they had to come back, and they made me hope again, only to fall short.
Yep. Well, listen, it could be a Rangers fan. We were already,
that was
we were
the
going to drink out of the cup, and
that was the series I was rooting for. I wanted Oilers Rangers in the finals. I thought it would have been good.
I did not.
I wanted anybody besides the Panthers. I just knew they were up to something this year, but I didn't know they were going to win it all.
Yeah.
But listen, Ryan, your team sucks. So
they sucked this season. Okay.
Yeah. Which is the only one that matters. Okay, that's it.
That's true. In the they're winning the offseason. Like the New York Jets, they're winning the offseason. So
that's the worst. You never want to win the offseason. I'm a Raiders fan. We're winning the offseason right now with Kermit jokes. Like it's not. The regular season is going to be the struggle bus party of all of us.
Well, I did appreciate. I don't know if you watched the last Hard Knocks, but I was very happy when Patrick Mahomes sang "Moving Right Along" with Fozzie Bear in the beginning of the show.
Yeah. Well. He embraces it, but he clearly does not like that the Raiders are making fun of him with it. Which
no way.
I think I hate him because I like him. Like what I mean? Like think about that. Like the NFL is so good at marketing players and people that my biggest rival is one of my favorite players to watch. And the Summer Olympics games, I cannot name anyone who's not playing basketball.
Yeah, I'm with you there. There has to be other. There are other athletes that we could focus on. There's somebody that is the greatest at what they do, and they're not getting any coverage right now.
Right. No. Or just give me a good story. Just like she's from a small town in upstate New York, Albany. Her name is Raina McCarthy, and she giving it all she's got.
They call her Raina the hyena.
She was born with 12 toes on one foot and 2 on the other, but she just fights the good fight. Like that's all I'm asking. Just give me something. Introduce me to a few of these ladies. I'm too lazy to look them up myself.
What's her training regimen, you might ask? It starts with chocolate cake for breakfast every day.
And Vader coffee.
And then I have to circle left as much as possible because of the toe differential. I normally will circle right. So I have to even it out muscle-wise.
That's how you get that definition.
There you go.
All right, let's move on to the fresh hell.
Oh.
That is the New York Yankees. And you are looking at 3 very sad Yankee fans on the screen right now. Yes, Judge had a ginormous home run. He broke StatCast last night. But Clay Holmes sucks. I don't know how he was an all-star. And for whatever reason, Aaron Boone is managing this team into the ground.
Can we blame Boone, though? Like we just talked about Kermit. Can you blame the puppet or do you blame Jim Henson? I think
That's got to go on a shirt.
That's going on a shirt.
Well, there's like the reason Girardi and Torrey, guys like that aren't there anymore is because they don't fit the mold that the front office wants. Brian Cashman and his number nerds aren't going to have a guy who's going to go in there and go, you know what? My gut says we do this instead of that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to, and if he does and he gets it wrong, which you will, it's your gut, they're going to blow him out. I would love, I want to like separate Cashman and Boone. Like I want to suspend Cashman for a month and let Boone do. Wow, that was loud.
I thought you burped for a second.
No, that was totally a fart. I just hit it.
I blew it out. There you go.
But oh my god, Flavor Flav is dancing in the crowd. I have the Olympics on in the background. Sorry, but it's just like I would like to see. Have you ever hung out with a couple, like your friends that are a couple, and it's like, oh my god, they're so obnoxious together, and then just one time you get one of them alone, like your buddy gets away from his girlfriend for like a weekend, you guys hang out, you're like, oh my god, Steve's still cool. Like I want to separate Cashman and Boone and see if one of them is still cool. That's what I want to do.
The problem is Cashman's been a mainstay for nearly 30 years.
Yeah. But I mean, like if you could show proof that you can manage without him, then you go to Hal Steinbrenner and go, listen, maybe he only gets to make 35% of the calls or 45 or 50, whatever. Let me go out on my own when I feel like it. Because I feel like the only time Boone goes out on his own is when it's to swear at a referee or an umpire. Like which is fun. I enjoy it, but that's it.
Yeah, that's what he does when he's trying to support his players and bring the team together. But I mean, this when you were on the show last, Levack, you were kind of talking me off the ledge because I was like, it's coming. The team's gonna slump. I didn't want to be this right. But this is like
this right.
We just got swept in the Subway Series. Can anybody name the last time the Mets swept us in a season series?
2011.
Yep, can confirm.
All right. You guys had the data. I was not expecting it, but
I also listened to the show on Thursday too. That's how I know the answer.
Was it Yankee Stats on X is really good.
I gotta follow that account right after the show.
Absolutely.
But this is just like. They're just bad. And we talked about it a few weeks ago. They're bad against interdivisional teams, which is not where you want to be bad. And they're also not beating the teams you're supposed to beat. One of the oldest adages in sports is, hey, it doesn't matter if it's a quote unquote bad team. As long as you beat them, you beat the teams you're supposed to beat. The Yankees aren't doing that right now.
And that's how they started the year. They pummeled the bad teams. They were on par with the good teams. And now they are on par with a dumpster fire. So it's just, and the worst part of it is, like, it just shows you how delicate a Major League Baseball roster is. Like, Giancarlo Stanton's not there to protect Judge. Well, now it's a downward spiral. Like, it's just all these things. The bullpen all of a sudden looks tired and worn out. And your point about Clay Thompson, dude, you're preaching to the converted there. Like, I think he'd be a great, like, eighth inning guy. For him to come out with the most stress, the most pressure, and then it just seems like every other outing at best, I'm getting I let that one get away from me. It's like, dude, you let them all get away from you. Knock it off. Like, what are you doing here? We had Mariano Rivera. Is this our punishment?
Yeah. Also the song he comes out to when he's coming to the mound, it's not very inspiring. It's it's country.
Yeah.
It's very country. It's not Enter Sandman or if I were to go on the mound, Raining Blood by Slayer.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one. I got a weird pick for my entrance song. People aren't going to know it, but it's by a band called Spine Shank, and I can't even remember but I would come sprinting out of the bullpen if that was my music. You got to pick something that's going to get you jacked.
I would do Pantera Walk, and I would literally walk.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And make everyone wait for me.
That's a great one. Vulgar Display of Power is their best album, in my opinion. Maybe I'd come out to By Demons Be Driven. That would be a good one, too.
Cowboys from Hell you could run out to.
Yeah. Avenged Sevenfold had a great cover of Walk.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Yeah. Check that
With the Rev on drums for that one?
I believe Rev was on drums for that one before his passing.
Okay, cool.
Rest in peace, Rev.
Hey,
He was one of the greatest drummers.
Drogon, you want to not show your butt to the audience? Have some decorum, sir.
Yeah, right.
He's like, you guys are completely wrong about Clay Holmes. Look at my butt. Here's a leather Cheerio. Live with it. Yeah.
I do have to say, after one of right before the All-Star break, my Uncle Al, sometimes you say his name, he appears, but he's probably, well, the Tour de France is over, I think.
Yeah,
but,
Tour de France is over.
So he tweeted out, he put on Facebook right after, like, the Yankees, Clay Holmes let another one get away from him, and my uncle just goes, Clay Holmes, ... All-Star. that was it.
Yeah, that was right before the All-Star break too. That was the game where they could have swept the Orioles in Camden Yards. And he blows that save.
Yeah.
They can't sweep Camden Yards.
Although Anthony Volpe's handcuff of the ball and Alex Verdugo's horrible read had a lot to do with that too.
Yeah, Verdugo hasn't done much outside of a home run at Fenway Park. That's what I remember.
Right. Well, he started okay, and he was he's like a locker room guy. Everybody enjoys his company, but yeah, there's definitely a ton missing. And then when you watch all the moves start happening yesterday, and Baltimore's super active, and the Mariners are super active, and you're just like, you're going to see at least one of these two teams if you make it to the postseason. Yeah, and they're fixing their issues, and you're not. Yeah. And by the way, thanks a lot for getting Randy Arozarena out of Tampa for the future, but we were done with him this year. Now we have to see him 3 more times in September. So thanks a lot, Mariners. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Mariners.
Yeah. I mean, he's had a down year, but since June, he's been picking it up, and he's getting hot at the right time.
Well, he had 3 home runs against the Yankees in those last 2 games they played against each other. So he just needs to face the Yankees more. That's why his stats went down. They played 12 instead of 19 times.
Right. I will say this about the Subway Series, though. The Mets have. Let's give credit where credit's due.
Have to. It's the power of Grimace.
It is the power of Grimace. The Mets were 10 games back in May of the last wild card spot against and they go into Atlanta, and now they're up. I think they're done with the number 1 wild card in the wild card seeding right now.
Only the Mets can have a $300 million roster and be underdogs. It's like only the lovable underdog Mets for $300 million. All those years you Mets fans crapped all over us Yankee fans because we spent too much money. Now your $300 million roster, you're paying more for guys who aren't on your roster than some teams are paying for their entire roster, and somehow you're the lovable losers. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Well, we have Verlander and Max Scherzer on our payroll.
Right. We're paying for them. Yeah. And Bartolo Colon. And
oh man, Bartolo Colon.
Oh, Bartolo Colon.
He's a superior athlete. I love that man.
He's hope for all fat. Like anytime you've ever been like dunked on by a fat uncle, that's Bartolo Colon. Take that to all my nieces and nephews.
I am that fat uncle.
Hell yeah.
You've been dropping the LBs, my friend.
I know, but back in the day,
I've been picking them up. If you want them back, let me know.
Back in the day when my now 22-year-old nephew Christian was a tyke. Would try to dunk on him constantly. But he would laugh too. He'd be like, that was funny.
How about my nephew? My nephew went from being this like 6'3", like 160-pound kid to join the Marine Corps. And now he's Super Marine. He's out of the Marine Corps, but he's still jacked. He's like 195 pounds of muscle. Luckily I put enough fear of God into him when he was little. He don't want to. He'll take on Al Qaeda before he'll take on Uncle Jeff. I'll tell you that right now. Jen, what? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I can assure you that all of my nephews can dunk on me. I've never seen any of them dunk, but I know they all can. I am vertically challenged compared to all of them.
It's called fouling. You're supposed to foul.
Yeah. It's called hack-a-shack.
Yeah.
Nicholas, Torrey, Roger, all of them dunking on me. All of them.
Torrey's not dunking. I'm taking Torrey down. That's it. I'm sorry. Take that over to your My Little Pony set. It's not happening.
My Little Brony.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I was doing an old school like questioning sexuality with girl toys is what I was doing. If you don't understand that, where were you? See, that's what you didn't get abused enough by your uncles.
Before we take a commercial break, let's go ahead and take a quick trip to the comment section. Snowman checking in from Indianapolis, Indiana, saying Sportsball. He also says, I'm taking the Olympic period off and readying for football. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and Snowman deserves it. He's working hard out there. He's making great shows every day. Snowman's always on the airwaves.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because like, if that was just like a fan comment, like I'm taking the Olympics off and getting ready for football. Oh no, it's so hard to sit on the couch and watch these. No, I apologize, Snowman. I misjudged you. I apologize.
He also says,
like, I guess me like there's points that I take time off of baseball, but that's because the Yankees suck. Like
that's what we did last year. That's how No Team Required was created last year when we did the movie reviews, because the Yankees were garbage.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And we continued it this year because we love doing this. Well, we're still in it. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is like,
that's the thing.
It's so
the start was so good that we still got a shot.
And like I love all the like the Oriole and Red Sox fans and all that stuff. We're going crazy. It's like, you guys suck. It's like you realize we're playing the worst baseball ever, and you can't catch us. You can't put us away. Yeah. So like, be glad we're here, because if we weren't, the story would be how bad the American League East is, not how bad the Yankees are.
And coincidentally, so are the Orioles and Red Sox.
Right. I'm saying the Orioles should have pulled away. The Orioles should be up 6-7 games right now. The Sox should be ahead of us the way we're playing. Hell, the Rays should be in it with us the way we're playing. And like no one's done anything. So it's like, dude, be grateful that we suck.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I also said, someone say coffee. Like,
I know. I'm going to go film mine as soon as you go to commercial.
Yeah. And Schmitty says, Oilers with the huge L hiring Stan Bowman. All right. Let me speak to this. Okay?
Oh, all right.
Let me speak to this. All right. Did Stan Bowman do something bad? Yes, absolutely. Did he pay his crime? Yes, absolutely. Does he deserve a second chance? Yes, absolutely. Is he contrite in learning did he learn his lesson? If he did, then yes, hire him.
I don't even I don't remember what Stan Bowman did. I'm a problem.
Okay, so Stan Bowman was the GM of the Chicago Blackhawks in 2010 when their video coach sexually assaulted one of their players.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, and it's, I know the rule is everything under the head coach is the head coach's responsibility.
Right.
But to your point, like, how has this played out? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And is the world a better place with Stan Bowman, in purgatory forever? Or is the world a better place if we show, hey, if you do the right thing over time, you can come back? I think the latter.
Yeah.
Now, if he screws up again, burn him. I'm ready. But
absolutely. So if he screws up again, something similar to that effect happens.
If he jaywalks now, he's on his own. That's, but
Well, it's Canada. They shoot you if you jaywalk. All right.
Sorry about the bullet.
Sorry about my gun that I can't own.
Although
Alberta is the Texas of Canada, I've been told. So.
Oh, okay. All right. It is oil country. After
it is
all.
oil country.
Only two
Did I
things up
acknowledge
here,
the
steers and
flames?
queers. Don't see no horns. Eh? What?
Oh man! But I mean, largely,
well,
I
that's
agree
getting
with
to
you.
the things you can't say on.
Oh no, I say all this. I do. I still say it. God got so mad at me this week at least 3 times. And be like, why have I not been canceled yet? Like, what do I have to do? Like, what? I mean, I've made kitchen jokes about pro wrestling when they had women as the main event. I've done some things. I've said some stuff I'm not even proud of, and still here I am. Somebody, my other job, they promote me when I screw up. I'm now president of a freaking football team. Imagine what I've done.
Yeah, how'd you get that?
Nepotism.
That's why you're best friends with the owner of the team.
Yeah, one of them. I mean, and then the other one just didn't know enough about me yet. He's learning.
And he's sorry if he's
got to educate these guys.
You got to think about it. One of the hardest things to do with a group of like pro athletes is find someone who's willing to say whatever needs to be said. I'm your guy.
That is.
Yeah.
I'm your guy. What do you want?
Some people are more honest than others.
Hey, go tell that guy. Tell that guy to stop smoking. Yeah, tell that guy to stop smoking weed in the hotel. All right, I'll be right
back. Fearless.
Yeah, whatever. What are you gonna do? Take away Christmas? Can't eat me.
All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk football for the rest of the show. Right. Stay tuned for more No Credentials Required. This episode of No Credentials Required is brought to you by Invader Coffee. For the coffee lover who wants good, quality coffee with no bullshit and no filler, Invader Coffee is an ultra-premium, veteran-owned coffee company proudly delivering only the best coffee your hard-earned money can buy. They aim to only serve the highest quality, organic, air-roasted coffee beans sourced from free trade farms all over the world. They keep things simple. The best coffee at an affordable price in order to provide you with the value you deserve for your morning boost. 100% fair trade, 100% organic coffee beans, 100% air-roasted, 100% money-back guarantee. Visit invadercoffee.com, enter promo code BELLYUP at checkout, and receive 15% off your order. That's right, folks. The only coffee, well, most of the time that goes in this mug is Invader Coffee. And I'm enjoying the Don't California My Texas blend, which is a very nice medium blend. It's a very good blend. There's Gaz's nose is not on the screen this time. So that was a little weird last time we aired this commercial with him on. But for the best coffee for your hard-earned money, 100% air roasted, so you get none of that acidity when you drink coffee. You don't have to put all that sugar and crap that you usually put in your coffee. I drink it black.
Crap in your coffee?
It's a shitty way to drink it.
That's what I'm saying. Well played. Well played.
I'm sorry. It was on the tee, Ryan. It was on the tee.
I know. I mean, if Invader...
Second Harvest Coffee.
Oh,
made by you for you.
Second Harvest. Oh, man.
And there goes our endorsement contract.
No. I actually do want to try the Invader Coffee now. I didn't know how you drank it personally. By the way, from the fine people at Invader Coffee, we do not condone nor endorse the way Ryan enjoys our wonderful product.
No, we do not. We do not endorse defecating in your coffee for your morning boost. But
you just wanted to say a big syllable word to make it like kind of class the joint back up after all our poop.
I have a bachelor's degree in English. I can't help it.
You do.
It's the nerd in
just there. He's got the vocab.
I went to the new school of radio and television.
I know how to speak good. So, but for
I also have a culinary arts degree. What the hell am I doing here?
Certainly not defecating in your coffee.
No,
but if
never.
you want the best morning boost for your hard-earned buck, go to the link in the description, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook or on the podcast side. That's the affiliate link for the show. And order yourself some Invader Coffee. Get 15% off your order with promo code BELLYUP. Save a little bit of coin, and you'll get your coffee shipped out to you very quickly. It'll be freshly roasted, whether you enjoy it whole bean so you can grind it yourself or get a ground bag. Hey, free country. You can do what you want. And if you love veterans and you love your country and you want to support a hard-earned somebody who's been in the service, this is a veteran-owned coffee company. And that's the one thing about veterans is that they go into business either coffee or beer. There's no in between.
Well, there's
That's
junk
nothing wrong
removal.
with that.
It's good picks. It's good
Or
picks.
whiskey.
Well, you know, we got junk removal. We got J-Dog junk removal local. We got a lot. There's some beard company I think is the vets are expanding their horizon. The coffee was definitely the break in thing, but now the vets are everywhere.
That's right. That's right. And there's a great brewery up in Fort Edward run by a former explosives expert in the Marines.
Yeah,
what's it called?
Battle Hill Brewing, I think.
Nope,
right?
Slickfin Brewing.
Slickfin. My apologies. I got the two of those crossed up.
Yep.
And now they're coming for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Invader Coffee. Link in the description. Help the show. Save some coin. Get yourself some awesome coffee.
Great flavors and also top-notch customer service. I dealt with them one time when my order did not arrive as speedily as normal, and they rectified the issue right away. They told me what was going on, and it's good. You know, good customer service is kind of lost these days, but Invader still got it along with a great product. Check it out if you haven't already. I've tried most of the blends on the site. There's a couple more I still haven't tried, but I'm going to try them all eventually. And I like to get the K-Cups for the office because company rhymes with mean Blounton. It doesn't get it done some days. You need the Invader in there.
Or the drive-through company called Car Ducks.
Man, I'm gonna be quiet because I'm probably sponsored by at least one of those.
All right, but yeah, some bitter coffee.
Nice.
Get yourself some today, or you can Irish it up like Levack is doing right now.
Yeah.
So NFL talk. There you go. Bailey's. We know you're listening. Come on,
Yeah.
come on down.
We'd love a sponsorship. Come on.
Hey, I put it
Bailey's.
on.
Hey, it's Levack for putting Bailey's, not doo-doo in your coffee like Ryan does.
We've ruined Ryan's life now.
Ryan McCarthy's coffee, guaranteed to open your eyes and give you pink eye. What? Not endorsed by the amazing people at Come From. Not gonna say her name, was close to it. All right. Oh.
What was that South Park episode where they're going after Tom Brady's the spice?
Oh, it was basically it was a bit that
it was
from
the spice.
Ted 2. Yeah, it was like Ted 2, but they took the whole bit and ran with it.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. If you want, do you want it black? Do you drink it black or you drink it really black? All right, NFL talk. Absolutely nothing happened in the NFL yesterday except Tua Tagovailoa and Jordan Love both getting the bag, getting big contract extensions. Gentlemen, talk about these contracts. Are they worth it? A. And B, is the quarterback market just totally ridiculous? Like, what are you paying for hope? Are you paying for a job well done? Or is it a little bit of both?
B. The answer is B. It's ridiculous, but I will let our guest go first.
Yeah, Levack.
There's an age-old saying: "You're worth what someone's willing to pay you." And right now, the quarterback market is absolutely insane. My favorite part of all of this is when you look at it, and it's, Tua is making $51.3 million a year. Dan Marino made $51 million his career. And then when you look at all the Giants fans, who all of a sudden are like getting real quiet, because it's like, wait a minute, that 2-year, $41 a year deal for Daniel Jones, not terrible all of a sudden, looking pretty good. Jordan Love's the highest paid player in the history of the league. He's only played 17 games. Like, let's get crazy. Let's go. I mean, I think there's going to be a point where it's either going to correct itself because you're going to give so much money to your quarterback, the team's going to suck, and they're going to get kicked around the league, or at one of these upcoming collective bargaining agreement meetings, they're going to change the way the salary cap works to where like each quarterback is entitled to up to 16%, and the rest of the team cuts up the rest or something, because the numbers are, I mean, when Trevor Lawrence and Jordan Love and Tua Tagovailoa and all these guys, like Brock Purdy's about to get the bag. And Dak Prescott is going to get, they're going to have to do something with Dak now. They could have saved probably $7-8 million a year if they had extended Dak earlier. But like Brock Purdy, who arguably wouldn't be starting on most teams in the league, is probably going to get about $56-57 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, because these quarterbacks and the Tua deal, I think it's way too much money, but at least Tua's played more. Jordan Love is the highest paid quarterback in the history of the league right now.
Highest paid player.
Highest paid player. My apologies. And he got huge guaranteed money, and he's had one good year. 1 year. That's it. That's it. Without getting political on this show, inflation is a thing right now.
Power through it.
Inflation is a thing. I didn't think it was going to hit the quarterback market like this. This is everywhere. But this is ridiculous. And Levack said it beautifully. What happens when somebody that is perceived as a star, when their deal is coming up? I mean, it's a good thing that the Chiefs extended Mahomes already, although, it would be ridiculous right now if they hadn't. But the Jordan Love deal, and this is nothing against the man personally, but this one irks me. You've done next to nothing. You've done a heck of a lot more than I have with my life, and probably ever will. You are ahead of me, okay? But
he's not sponsored by coffee. Calm down.
He's not sponsored by Ryan McCarthy coffee.
Yeah.
In the NFL,
it's the shit.
He's done nothing. Nothing. What happens if he goes out and busts this year? I'm not wishing that on him. But what happens if he regresses? Because guess what? He may regress. It's a thing. It happens a lot of times. Players have a phenomenal year and then they go out and they regress a little bit because the defense studies them. Coordinators study them. There's more tape on him now. People learn how to neutralize some of what he does. How's this going to look? I just these quarterback deals. I mean, at least when Jared Goff got his deal, he has a little bit of a track record now. And I always thought he got a raw deal in Los Angeles. He took them to the Super Bowl and they just kicked him to the curb like he was nothing.
Yeah, and I'll speak to the Tua contract since I'm a fan of a team who's a division rival. I saw this coming. And now the Dolphins are furthering themselves into cap hell. Why? They have 4 guys under contract who are making at least between 20 and now $51 million. It's ridiculous. They're going to put themselves further and further down this hole. And yeah, I get it. Mike McDaniel's a fan of Tua. Okay, great. Yeah. But your offense can only fly so high before getting hit in the mouth. And when you get hit in the mouth, I'm a broken record when I say this. When he hit the Dolphins in the mouth, they wilt. We saw it against Buffalo in Week 5 last year. We saw it in the playoffs against the Kansas City Chiefs this past January. This team is not that good when you have to rely on grit. And Miami's putting all their eggs in this basket named Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Yes, they're your 3 best players, but this kind of signing is going to prevent you from making more moves in the future.
Yep.
And this is going to happen for Green Bay, although they gave Josh Jacobs, sorry, Levack, Josh Jacobs and
right. I like Zeus.
And they gave Isaiah McKinney the nice little contract to bring them over.
Mm-hmm.
And now, if you want to build for your future, you're handcuffed now. All these teams are handcuffed. I mean, at least with the Chiefs, when they signed Mahomes that extravagant contract, I think that didn't they leave a little room for them to restructure every year so they can bring in more guys.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, Mahomes' deal is set to be restructured. You can't not restructure Mahomes' deal. Basically, all you did with Mahomes' deal was go, you're a lifetime chief, poof, and we will talk every single year. That's what Mahomes' deal, because he's not even like top 5 annual. I think he might be down annually. I think he might be under Daniel Jones right now.
Oh man,
no.
I think he's like 40 point something, where Daniel Jones is 41 point something.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna look up Spot Track. Real
you want to listen? Here's your hope. This is your hope right here. It's a little gentleman named Aiden O'Connell. That's who you're hoping for, kids. If the Raiders can win with Aiden O'Connell, then all the other teams are gonna go, wait a minute, we just got to get a dude who's a little older, a little chill, taking a bunch of snaps. We don't necessarily need to bring in one of these superstars, and we can win football games. It's a copycat league, my friends.
As a Raiders fan, do you think that he wins the job over Minshew? What if Minshew comes in and because Minshew did a decent job in Indy last year.
Minshew is like the definition of boomer bust to me. Like he's really exciting, he's fun, he'll get going, and then but he can't do the mundane things. He can't do the day-to-day stuff. I really do think Aiden O'Connell's gonna win the job. I think he's loved in that building. He's like been there the entire offseason. Like that's it. He changed. The only problem is, as smart as I think this dude is, and he's 25 already in his second year. He got rid of the number 4 because that's another Raiders number. That was Derek Carr's number. He grabs 12. Well, that's Stabler's number, bro.
Like,
say you got 12 because 12 is your number. Like don't do that. No, but like when they report on camp, it's a back and forth battle. But this is their guy. Like you saw, I haven't watched the last episode of the Receivers yet, but you saw like Devontae Adams got excited when Aiden O'Connell got in the game, and they like him. He's good. I really think he's going to take the job. I don't think he's going to light the world on fire, but I think was it Elway said it best when he was talking about Brock Osweiler. There's got to be a market for good, not great quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a market for these guys where it's like, I'm going to give you $17 million a year, not 26 or whatever it was for the best at that point. There's got to be a market where you go to a quarterback and go, hey, look, I want you to be my quarterback for the next 4, 5, 10 years, but I want you to be my quarterback for that time at 25 to 32 million, not 45 to 62 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did the research, guys, for NFL salary rankings according to Spot Track for quarterbacks for just base salary. Where's Patrick Mahomes ranked for amongst quarterbacks for base salary?
I think he's 10th, 9th or 10th. Is this annual? Is annually?
This is for 2024.
Oh, what he's going to make this year?
What he's going to make this year for base salary?
He's going to make like 20 something this year, right? No. Okay.
9.85 million is his base salary for 2024.
You got to do the average annual.
I mean, I'll take it.
Well, yeah.
So here's the base salary is 9.85 mil. Signing bonus 6.14 and change. Restructure 12.14 million. Roster bonus 7.9. Workout bonus 1 mil. Cap hit, total cap hit is $37 million. That's 14% of the league. It's 14% of the team. But his base salary alone, I'm just going by base salary. I'm not going by total. Base salary is only 9, not even 10. It's 12. He's 12th on the list.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So if you go average annual, he's 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Remember, the reason he's getting that 9 is they paid him to sign his name. He got $116 million. I can sign my name. I can do it. Give me the money.
That's like, how many points do you get on the SATs for just putting your name on it?
Right.
I forget.
Points.
I was wrong. Daniel Jones is 40 a year, so he's behind Mahomes. Josh Allen's 43. Joe Burrow's 55. Trevor Lawrence 55. Jordan Love 55.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, the Jordan Love one irks me so much. Oh man. Maybe it's probably jealousy. It's probably jealousy. I want to have a year where I'm good once and I get paid a lot of money. Come on, give it to me.
Jordan Love, what about Kyler Murray averaging $46.1 million a year? The guy that they literally tried to put a contract out that said you can't play video games, you have to study.
It's to study an extra hour, 4 extra hours per week.
Yeah, but
like, I'm not signing that.
No Call of Duty. He's like, nah, fam.
I'll tell you though. I'll tell you. I am Arizona. Jonathan Gannon. I got a lot of. He impressed me last year. He impressed me. That team played more competitively than they had any business playing, with Josh Dobbs at quarterback and others. And once Kyler came back, love him or hate him, you could tell the offense was different. I am a little, I'm not thrilled that they're in my division. I'll tell you that.
Listen, $10 million a year for every foot tall he is. 4.46, right there.
Got to put him on the rack for that.
Yeah,
but whose agent I'd like to have? Kirk 2 Chainz' cousin.
I was gonna say you're gonna say
$25 million this year.
And then their GM drafted Michael Penix and had to explain to the owner why he did that.
Arthur Blank is pissed.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, what the hell are you doing?
He is now, but I'm telling you, it's going to work. I think it's going to work. I think because look at you look at the way the NFL is now. It used to the old saying, the old knowledge was, if you have 2 quarterbacks, it means you don't have one. Right now, imagine if Cleveland was able to find Joe Flacco, great. But just think about the Jets. If the Jets had Penix behind Rodgers or Kirk behind Rodgers, like that 1-2 punch is going to get them through the year, and they're gonna win the South, because the South is not very good. Like,
oh yeah,
no, it's terrible again.
So it's them or the Saints, and I'm done believing in Derek Carr. I believe in Joe Hendry.
We talked on Wednesday about the USA. I don't know if you saw the USA Today article for predictions for 2024 and the records and the predictions for the year.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I'll send you the link. They have the Packers and the Jets in the Super Bowl, and the Jets winning the Super Bowl. But they have the NFC South is clearly the crass of the division. I'm not being No. They have the Falcons wing at 9-8.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm right.
No, you're totally right. We all look the writer of that article, Nate Davis, is saying what we're all thinking. The NFC South is going to be garbage, hot pile of garbage once again.
Look at those weapons in Atlanta, and like as a Raiders fan, if we had drafted Penix, I'd be thrilled. I'm all about big Penix energy, but I also be nervous because he's been hurt so many times.
Yeah.
Now you get Kirk Cousins, who his average is just really good. He's coming back from an injury. Between the two of them, you have a season where, you've got all these weapons. I think Atlanta's going to be fine this year.
Well, also, let's not forget Raheem Morris is probably going to actually use some of those high draft picks that the Falcons had, because Ryan and I practically every week would be screaming at Arthur Smith to use Drake London and
Robinson.
and yes. Yeah. You draft a tight end with a top 4 pick, and then he just sits there.
Yeah. I mean, I got Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers in Vegas. I'm wondering how that's going to work out. No, I agree. I just think you're going to see something different out of that Atlanta team, and I think you might see teams start to do this. Like all right, we just talked about Jordan Love. Green Bay is the king of, hey, you're really good, but this guy's going to be really good in 2 to 4 years. So Brett Favre, make room for Aaron Rodgers. And then when he leaves, Aaron Rodgers takes over. Aaron Rodgers, make room for Jordan Love. Jordan Love takes over. I mean, there's something to this developing a quarterback. Pat Mahomes didn't play until the last game of his first season.
Yeah.
Let's develop some guys.
Yeah, which means that in 2030, Jordan Love will be quarterback of the New York Jets.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, that's right.
That's how it happens.
It has happened. Yeah.
I hope Rodgers goes to the Vikings.
And Rodgers both. Man.
Oh, that would be hysterical.
This is in Rodgers sends penis pic to a reporter. History's repeating itself.
No, it's just his tattoo.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
It'd be funny if he did seek Jen Sturger out, and he's like, "Hey, I know Favre did it. I got to do everything."
Who's the modern day Jen Sturger?
I don't know. Let's see.
Jesus. I don't know. Rossini still owes me flowers. Send it to her.
I'd say Kim Jones, but no, it's not her.
I love Kim Jones. I love all sports women.
This show stands for Kim Jones, man.
Yes.
Former yes. Now with
yes, former yes. And I am a big fan of current yes, Meredith Marakovitz. Come on down. I know you're a big fan. I know you're a big fan of the show.
If she is, listen, if you've ever wanted to slum it and hang out with a fat guy in Latham, New York, my door is always open. There would be something so awesome and also emasculating about dating a woman who knows way more about baseball than me. It'd be like, yeah, well, I would have thrown it outside there. Why would you do that? Stat show them. Me small, you big. I go make dinner now. Traditional job. Wash dishes. Sorry, you want beer while watch game?
Cole Johnson sliding into the comments saying somebody has to replace that ayahuasca sipping, toe picking, darkness retreating, having space cadet. Heck, I'll take Tim Tebow over Aaron Rodgers.
Oh man, strong words.
And then Cole. He says, "Good morning, John."
Good morning, Cole.
I thought I was drinking my breakfast. Holy crap, that's a mistake. Wow.
No, Cole Johnson, great friend of the show, great friend, period. Great guy.
Oh yeah.
He does not like Aaron Rodgers. He does not like Aaron Rodgers.
You don't have to like him. I never liked Rich Gannon, but I was happy he was there.
Gannon the Cannon.
Yep.
I don't know if anyone ever called him that.
Sidearm slinging MVP. They called him MVP. That's what they called him. I went Trump. They called him MVP. That's what they called him.
They called him MVP. He was the greatest quarterback that season.
He was valuable. Some say the most valuable.
One of the greatest.
Except the big game. When it came to the big game, he didn't come through. He wasn't the most valuable then.
But we have stats. We show things. He was cheated. The Democrats. They hired they moved Gruden over.
Bill Callahan didn't change the
I
scheme.
hate Bill Callahan.
He didn't
so
change
much.
the scheme. The Buccaneers players were calling out the offensive
Bill
snaps.
Callahan, great offensive line coach, great offensive line mind.
Bill Callahan, communist.
Did not
Some
come
say,
through when he needed to come through.
Some say Bill Callahan, communist. That's what some say about him. I hate Bill Callahan so much.
He's allowing defensive linemen to cross the border unfettered.
I hate Bill Callahan so much. I like every time I drive by Callahan Industries, I'm like, oh no. Oh, I just remember there's sports moments that like ruin you. You know what I mean? Like I didn't cry for that one, but I was damn close. Like I was just I remember when Woodson intercepts the ball and they kick a field goal. And I looked, and I was married at the time, and I turned the TV off. I walked out of the room, and my ex-wife was like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I know this team. They knew what we were doing. We're screwed. You got to watch it. You've been waiting all." I'm like, "All right." So I put it back on, and like 2 minutes later, it's like 35-0 or whatever. I'm like, "Can I go? Can I?" It was bad.
Very bad. Very bad.
Oh, here comes Whiskey.
Cole.
Whiskey's gonna join the show. Come here, bud.
Hey, all right. Cole Johnson says, "Man, I did not think I'd hear the name of Rich Gannon. 2002 was his best season, but Al Davis messed him up by trading John Gruden to the Bucs." Hey,
oh, there he is.
Whiskey's like, I love John Gruden. I love football. I love my Jeep. I love everything. Can I go outside now?
Yeah, he says it was painful to watch one team intrinsically know another. Yeah,
oh yeah,
sure.
I mean that is the laziest bit of coaching by Bill Callahan. Why did you not change any of the schemes? Gruden was like laughing. And I remember watching one of the like the documentaries about that Super Bowl afterwards, and like somebody that was on the Bucs, it might have been Derek Brooks. It was like Gruden was telling us their offensive schemes when they were lining up. Like we knew everything they were going to do, everything.
Yeah, the fact that John Gruden won with Tony Dungy's team kills me even more.
Yeah,
I love Tony Dungy.
Well, that's what. And then what? Dungy won with other people. Like you go, if you're a great offensive mind, you go find a defensively built team and you win.
Right.
If you're a great defensive mind, you go find a great offensively built team and you win.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, he also had Peyton Manning in Indianapolis, so
right.
that helps.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's your offense. That's like Ryan. You see an arena ball all the time. You bring in a quarterback who like Randy Hibbert. He goes down to Nashville. They go from a team that can't score to a team that you can't stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sorry, Whiskey's here now. He's decided it's time. He's like, we gotta go.
Pay attention to me, Daddy.
And you could have a team that comes back against the Patriots and then decides not to run it in.
Dude, I was there for that. Do you know that story?
Oh no, I do not know the story of how you were.
This is going to be painful.
Oh man, it's gonna twist the knife on myself.
Oh yeah, it was the first Super Bowl I ever covered. And on media day, I meet this guy, Malcolm Butler. I had no idea who he was. My spotter goes, "Here's Malcolm Butler." And I had that was the year Ohio State came back and won it all and all this. And I had predicted a bunch of it. My co-host at the time goes, "Levack, you've been making these great predictions. Make a prediction for Malcolm Butler." And I'm like looking at my buddy. I'm like, "You piece of crap. Why would you? I don't know this guy." Like, and he had said, "I just hope I get in the game." So I go, "Listen, you're gonna get in the game. You're gonna make a big play. You're gonna win the Super Bowl."
Oh man!
So so he makes that interception. I'm nosebleeds. I can't see who made the interception. Ow! Whiskey, chill. He's like, "I love this story," and it was him, and he's never spoken to me again.
Oh man, I mean, what makes it ridiculous is he was on the Seahawks the year before. He knew he was a player that, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong because sometimes I go off the top of the dome, I get it wrong. But if I remember correctly, he was a player that Pete Carroll and the Seahawks drafted. And so he knew the Seahawks scheme. He knew it well. He was there. He was there.
Well, they said they practiced that all week. They were ready for that play. All week they practiced. And he wasn't supposed to. They didn't think it would actually happen, but there it is.
Yep.
There it is. That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you think you're going to win the Super Bowl, and you don't.
I still blame my friend Derek for that because I had
man, and he hasn't seen his team go to a Super Bowl yet. That's why.
Oh man, shots fired.
Right.
Well, I haven't seen my Jets go to a Super Bowl period as a fan. Since
I've seen your Jets at Super Bowl. They're there doing media, but they're there.
Oh,
there it is, folks. Switching topics. So Dustin is not so much a college football fan, but we're trying to get him into it. I tried to get him into the Canadian Football League a couple weeks ago.
That's rude. Don't do that to your friends.
Hey,
don't do that to your friends.
All right.
Don't do that.
Fun.
You really want to be an Argo. I mean, like the Toronto Argonauts, man. That's what's up.
No. Montreal Alouettes is where it's at. But anyway.
Come on, man. Everybody knows they still call ham Canadian bacon. They don't know anything. What are you talking about?
But I figured we could try to do some more college football on this show. But we tried to get Dustin into it last year with Coach Prime becoming Colorado coach. That turned into a dumpster fire very, very quickly. But in all seriousness,
Colin Cowherd just said about him. Colin Cowherd just said the best thing. He fails up just like Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh.
I was like, I've always loved Colin Cowherd. He's the master of the monologue, in my opinion. That right there. If I hated him, I would love him right now for that take.
But I'm trying to get back into college football. I'm trying to get Dustin into college football.
It's a good year for football.
It's a good year for college football. So Levack, we got you here. You're big into college football. I heard you guys talking about the other day on Levack and guys. 3 to 6 every day on Fox Sports 980 and 95.9.
And then I think we'll be doing the NFL season. I think we're gonna be back over at Rivers, that 11 to 1 show we do on Sundays. So
there you go.
Because free times for chumps,
right?
Listen, I
suckers.
I kind of fell back. I wasn't like as big of a college football fan the last 2 years because of last year obviously I was in because I watched all the Michigan games. But I think to be a real college football fan, you can't just watch your team. You've got to know it's. I'll go full nerd on you. It's a crossover comics. You're like, oh, I love the Wolverine comics. Well, now the story's getting completed in Spider-Man and Ghost Rider and X-Men and whatever. You have to watch it all to get a good feel of what's going on. And then once you do, and you start realizing how all the little puzzle pieces fit together, it's intoxicating. And now the game's back. I've only been able to play it a couple times. I paid for it right away, but we were in Jersey when it came out.
Yeah.
I'm all in again. I'm all in again. The Big 10 or the Big 27. There's 27 teams in the Big 10.
Yeah, there's teams on the West Coast now.
Yeah. And that's my only thing is if you're going to do that, you've just the reason you did the conferences originally was to make travel cheaper and all this other stuff. You're done with that now. Now it's I just want all the best teams. That's fine, but you should be the Big 27. Or if you're going to stay the Big 10, you have to put out a list of the teams that don't count as big that week, each week. Here's good teams, and the rest of these chumps better work harder. But I'm telling you, man, maybe it's partially because of Gaz having the Heisman vote. I have to know what's going on. I'm watching it. College football game day. Oh my God. With if Pat McAfee's there, it's hysterical. McAfee's a crazy human being. You got to do it, brother. Get involved. Join a team. Come on. I'll order you an orangey jersey right now.
Well, and that's the thing. I've never been against college football, although largely I will admit that I prefer the NFL as a product. Now, I know the tailgating and the atmosphere around college football is like nothing else, but I went to SUNY Oneonta. We were big into soccer. Okay. I didn't get a chance to go. I can imagine if I went to a college where they had
I'm leaving.
If they had
thanks, back. Have a great day. Have fun at Wolverine versus Deadpool.
If they had a big football presence and I went to a college that did, I could see myself getting in. But part of the problem is I devote so much of my time to the NFL when the fall hits. It's Sunday is football all day. Thursdays, much to my chagrin sometimes, I watch all the Thursday games because I have Amazon.
For Thursday night football.
Monday night football is there. And I'm just I kind of want to keep my Saturdays free because college is an all-day affair and it's all encompassing. I feel like to have to know what is going on. You made the point. You got to watch it all, and I just like the time commitment is like where I'm like I kind of want to keep my free day here, but I'm not opposed to it.
I know what to do. I went Ryan. I apologize. Dustin, I apologize. I went about this the wrong way. Albany's going to be good this year.
That's right. We didn't cover
Albany's going to be good.
Albany. I'm going to try to give myself some games there.
Well, normally, like I'll do the on-field PA stuff for them. I'm not doing that anymore. Kind of like what you're saying. I don't want to work my Saturday, but what I am going to probably do is I'm going to buy season tickets because it's. I mean, Coach Gattuso has built. They're going to be a power. They're going to be a team that the CAA has to deal with for a very, very long time, and they were on that trajectory. COVID hit. Any school in New York got hit hardest because you couldn't talk to guys. You couldn't even like look at people, whatever. Last year was the first year that you got back to what should have happened right after 19. If COVID doesn't hit, Albany has already probably won the championship for FBS, FCS, the FUS,
Division 1 AA.
Eflin's a pitcher. F my life. That one. The one that
I still call it 1 AA.
Yeah, I mean,
these fancy labels.
I think it's going to be a fun year to be. It's going to be a great year to be a great day. I might even tailgate.
Oh yeah, see that could be fun, and I would like to show up to games like. Ryan, if you want to get a couple tickets, we'll get a couple tickets. We'll go to Albany. I'm down. I'm down to spend a Saturday to check out a local team. And maybe I will. Maybe I'll just randomly throw a dart at a team and go in. I mean, part of me feels like, I should root for the Huskies or the Cougars because I'm a Seahawks fan. But I kind of want to,
don't you want to enjoy the year? Seahawks fan. So let's see. You trying to think of a good team that you can root for. Based on, listen, if you're going to go all the way over there, just go to Oregon. Oregon has the best uniforms, the best helmets. They're throwing everything at this year. This year, I have two favorite teams. I have them every year, but it's even more this year. I'm a Michigan Wolverine fan. I have been my whole life. Anybody not named Ohio State.
Yeah, I won't do Ohio.
Yeah, anybody who makes Ryan Day cry is my favorite team each and every week. That's what's up. My sales manager over at the station is Chris Petagrasso. Very good sales manager. Terrible football fan. He likes the Cowboys and the Buckeyes.
Oh,
yeah. Thank God he doesn't have any control over the content we do. He's already lost Bloody Mary bets to me. It's been it's kind of sad what he doesn't know about sports. But listen, abuse for all of them. Any fan base that it takes more than one of you to spell a 4-letter word. Ohio. How dumb are you that you can't? So one of you can't spell Ohio.
Do you have a problem with Mizzou too then? Because they do the MISZ or MIZZOU.
I like to it's more like Miss Who. I don't even know. Who are they? No one knows.
Nobody knows who they are.
No one
knows. A state.
Some people say it's a state. Some say a college. Some say a state college. I say who?
But in Pennsylvania, I understand.
I say who? I say where? I say when. No, I like it's like I said, Oregon's always fun. It's a good year for Michigan because everybody thinks that they're not even gonna rank. They'll probably rank 9th when the rankings come out, maybe lower. So you can go anywhere this year. I just not Ohio State. I'll never do the show again.
All right, I won't be doing the Buckeyes. You don't have to worry about that.
I'm a Penn State fan. I mean, is that okay?
Can we talk more about soccer? We are losers.
Well, they are. Well, here's the thing. There was somebody a friend of mine who posted who used to be with Belly Up Sports. He's now, I think he's with Barstool now.
He's in witness protection because he's a Penn State fan.
No, he graduated from the University of Alabama, so he's a big Alabama fan.
Roll Tide,
damn Tide.
He was asking. He's like asking here. Say something.
Whiskey's
back. Say something that'll have you like this, and it's Patrick the Starfish in chains standing in front of people. And I said, Penn State hasn't had a good quarterback since Kerry Collins. Hasn't had a game-breaking quarterback since Kerry Collins. This is somebody who loved him some Trace McSorley. Okay,
he's a cool dude. I met him. Cool dude. Little dude. Very little.
Yeah,
he was small.
Too small.
Some say too small.
Some too
I
small to
said
play
not small
quarterback.
enough.
Not as small as Kyler Murray, but he's still small.
But he was close. He was a white
Very
Kyler
close.
Murray. That's what we called him.
Little Kyler Murray. I shouldn't say anything because I am a very short man.
Little Kyler Murray played his
hold on.
Call of Duty.
Duty. He is Duty. That's what we found out. Yeah, but you're not a
Brought to you by Ryan McCarthy Coffee.
yeah. I'm
Ryan
not gifted in anything.
Put Kyler Murray in your coffee.
But yeah, I said that. But I actually asked another friend. I said, "Hey, is it okay to be a
You
fan
don't have
of
that many friends. Stop lying.
Okay,
who are you lying to?
Acquaintances, okay?
All right,
acquaintances.
Fine.
There.
So I'm looking at this person's bathroom window and I go, "What do you think of Penn State?"
That only happened to you, pal.
And my bathroom's on the second floor. That was I wasn't even mad. I was impressed. I was
on
look at
stilts.
Ryan. Ryan's on the second floor.
Ryan's on stilts again.
He can
He's asking
fly.
questions. He's picking in the
Someday.
windows.
I say he hovers. He says he flies.
How'd that big man get on stilts? I don't know. But I asked him. I asked this acquaintance. I said, "Is it okay to be a fan of a Power 5 team and a Group of 5 team?" He says, "Yes."
I mean, is it okay? Yeah, but you I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's weird. There's always teams that this is why you pay attention to all of it. There's always a team whose storyline grabs you. You know what I mean? I know Ole Miss is a Power 5, but the way Lane Kiffin coached them is not always. But their story is intriguing, so I pay attention. Memphis, for whatever reason, they always seem to have some kind of crazy running game that's fun to watch. There's schools that their story grabs you, that you root for that reason. And you know that it's almost like a little pat on the head, like, "Oh, little guy, you think you're going to play against my big team one day? Aren't you cute?" But you have one favorite team, and then you have teams that the storyline you enjoy. I don't think you have. So are you trying to tell me a Penn State and the International School of Technology or something, or what?
No, but I will say the one conference that has really gotten my attention in college football is the Sun Belt, or as I call it, the Fun Belt. The Fun Belt Conference is fun.
So you like the way they play football? So that's it.
Yeah.
You don't have a favorite team there, though.
No, I just like the way they play football. And it's I know our mutual friend Malachi Jones. He played at App State.
Yeah.
So
don't bring that up. I'm a Michigan fan. Don't bring that up.
I was going to say that was a big upset right
he
there.
He used to abuse me for that. Oh my god! The day I wore a Michigan hat, I didn't even really know him yet. He came to the station for an interview, and he's just smiling at me. And he's the nicest guy already. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, does he like me? What's going on here? He goes, I played at App State. I'm like, leave my studio, right? I don't like you. Care. He's actually one of the absolute good guys in all sports.
Yes, absolutely. And we had a good guy on Wednesday. We had Colin Taylor.
I love CT.
Also another former.
Yeah.
Did you play CT or BS?
No, we
CT's
didn't.
a huge conspiracy theory fan.
I know
we did talk about that briefly.
Yeah.
I said I put the tinfoil hat on with him.
Yeah, I'd gift it to you. I used to. We'd have him on and be like, the Earth is flat. He'd be like, CT, I want to talk about it, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was when I told him that there's allegedly a giant Nazi base under the Denver airport. I thought his head was gonna pop. He was like, hold on, what? So I read the whole theory to him, and he's like, CT, let's talk about this one. He's too good looking. I hate him. He's too good looking. And he could do backflips and all this other everything. I was like, I told the only thing I've ever really had fun picking on him for is every one of his workout videos goes into slow motion. So I'm like, I would hate working out with you. Every rep takes 30 seconds longer than it should. It's ridiculous.
Well, he did give us tips on how to increase your 40 time because I talked about
increase. Mine's long enough. Mine's long enough. You mean decrease it?
Well, I meant increase your power to decrease your time. That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay.
Yeah, because we
Ryan's
talked about
run. He's gonna beat Dable.
I'm gonna try to run the 40 in 7 seconds or less.
I will put a plate of wings for you on the other side.
Ooh, now we're talking.
So can we get?
What do you think you would run the 40 in? Have you run it?
I've never run it.
I bet you're probably closer to 7 seconds than you realize.
Okay.
7 seconds is a long time. Like
It is a long time.
I'm probably like 9 at this point because I'm fat as a house.
Yeah,
but I used to be quick.
My sister has volunteered to record to put this on tape.
I said,
not the first time.
Ryan, are you okay? Are you okay with running in conjunction with the next combine? It gives you till February. I
was going to bring that up with Levack.
Good goal.
I was going to bring that up with Levack because I know you on your show you talked about.
That's a jerk.
Can I finish my thought, please?
I don't know. Can you?
But you guys had mentioned about doing like the combine that the Firebirds do.
Yeah. Well, honestly, my dream is because the combine is a joke. The 40 is a joke.
It is. It's the underwear Olympics.
Well, if you watch, like, they teach these guys to run the 40 in such a way that it changes your stride. It's not how you'd ever run on the football field. Sure, it shows you're fast, but like there's a set number. Like, you're supposed to be able to do it in like 7 steps and all this other crap. Like, it has nothing to do with football speed. So my dream is, instead of the Pro Bowl, I love that they switched over to all these other things. Make guys who are Pro Bowl caliber players redo the combine exercises. See how terrible their scores are now. Because I guarantee, Chris Johnson comes back in 6 years. Instead of running a super fast 40, he runs a a 5.2. Everybody's like, wait, what the hell is that? He runs 23 miles per hour on the field. It's like, yeah, because it's crap. Like, it's not how anybody runs.
It's like hitting home runs for the home run derby versus in a game.
100%.
You know who
I'd
I'd
picking
love
up
to
women at a bar instead of a coffee shop. They're drunk. It's easier.
You know who I'd love to see do a combine again? Eddie Lacy. Remember
Cheeseburger Eddie Lacy?
Cheeseburger Lacy.
Oh man, don't bring up his name. That Seahawks contract. That one haunts me. He showed up looking like Sebastian Janikowski. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great.
I heard you guys actually paid him by the pound.
Probably did.
Probably.
Awesome.
Oh man.
Quick to the comments real quick before go ahead, Levack.
No, go ahead. Do the comments, and then I got it's getting crazy over here.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Cole Johnson says, how do we get Dustin in college football? Did Dustin move to SEC country? People around here think college football is the NFL around here. He lives in Nashville.
Not wrong. Oh, you do? Oh,
he does. Yes, he lives in Nashville. And he says he has to hear Roll Tide. He has to hear that Roll Tide crap every September to November in Nashville.
Yeah. Too much Bama in Nashville, apparently.
And he says, so Levack, you won't be voting for Trump in November since J.D. Vance graduated from the Ohio State University.
Listen, I just, you can't vote for the vice president. You can't do it. You can't do it because no one would ever get elected anymore. I don't think. Because you look, it's almost always like, who's the guy who's not like me? Who's the one who will bring in the rest of them? All right, because he's even like some of his stuff's very Democrat. I don't know who I'm going to vote for yet. I know I have a pretty strong suspicion he's probably orange. But that's just because it's in line with like my financial needs more than anything. Right. Well, like I don't like anything about any of them. It's just like, well, that one, my 401k was better 4 years ago.
So speaking of that, we'll get you out of here because I know you want to get to Wolverine versus Deadpool. I remember when you and Gaz were at Belmont and you were doing a remote from there, and Mr. Technical Difficulties was trying to set up the feed for Fox Sports 980, but you wound up going on GY, and you were and I could hear you say, "Oh, we're on GY." Okay. Hey, GY audience, not all Democrats are bad. And I was done. I was dead.
I was actually raised to not talk about politics. Like, if you ask my parents who they're voting for, you would get a dirty look. Like, it was like, none of your business who I'm going to vote for. And now you can't not talk politics. Right. My political party is who makes the most sense, who might actually work with the other side. And since neither one of those things exist, I just start going down the line of things that matter to me. And I've been landing around money a lot lately. So Orange Man put more money in my bank account than Old Man did. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But maybe somebody will win me. I can be recruited.
All right, we're gonna get you
Don't
out
send
of
me
here.
any of your poop coffee. I don't. That's not gonna work.
No. That's we're gonna end up like we did.
Ryan
Trump-
McCarthy's
Trump
pink
States.
eye brew. How you doing?
Yeah, that's that red eye.
More waste than one.
Waste not, want not. All right, before
He's
we
got
get out
that-
of here,
Do you
Levack,
like what you had for dinner? You're gonna love it in your coffee.
you're gonna love it in the morning. Levack, where can the people find you?
Please don't. At the Jeff Levack on X. That's where I try to interact the most. But if you all Firebirds games, Levack at firebirdsafl.com. And of course, Fox Sports Radio 95.9 Eddie every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6, Levack and Guys.
All right, well, thanks for being here. Unlike Gaz, but Gaz will be here on
right.
Wednesday. So,
Are you sure? Are you positive?
look,
He's got a lot of
if-
time to come up with excuses between now and then.
Look, if he doesn't, then I'll have to go after him for my 69 cents for the podcast appearance fee.
That's
So,
going to a good cause, my friend. It's gonna pay for 4 kernels of popcorn at Deadpool versus Wolverine.
awesome. All right, before we get out of here, gotta let people know where the socials are. At NoCurdsREQ on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I don't call it X, I call it Twitter. At NoCurdsREQ. Facebook.com / NoCurdsREQ, YouTube.com / at NoCurdsREQ. On the podcast side, subscribe to the podcast wherever you find podcasts and rate and review. We might even read it on the air. Thanks for joining us on the Saturday Brunch edition of No Credentials Required, where you don't need a press pass to talk sports. We are presented by the Belly Up Sports Media Network. For Levack, for Dustin Henry, I'm Ryan McCarthy. We'll see you on Wednesday at 8:05 p.m. with maybe Gaz? We'll see. We don't know. But y'all have a great day, and we'll see you on Wednesday night.
Good morning, everybody.
Bye.